What would you do if you found this recording? I found an old VHS tape. It had college videos on it that shouldn't exist. I'm not even sure if I should be telling this. I still feel sick to my stomach from what I saw. It all started when I decided to clean out my grandpa's shed. He'd passed away a year ago, and the house was being slowly cleared out, but the shed was left untouched. It was a complete mess. Old furniture, broken tools, and boxes of junk. I came across one that, judging by the handwriting, belonged to my uncle. He went to college in the late 90s. Inside the box, among old textbooks and Nirvana tapes, was a blank VHS cassette. It looked old and worn out. I figured it was probably some old concert recording or a family video. I had an old VCR at home that I'd bought at a thrift store but never used. Out of pure curiosity, I decided to see what was on it. When I put the tape in, the TV screen went to static, and then a fuzzy image appeared. I hit play. The video was shot in a room that looked like a dorm. The camera was shaky, and you could hear someone giggling. In the frame were my uncle, then a college student, and his friend. They were sitting on the floor, and in front of them was a doll, but not a normal one. It was homemade, made of rags, with straw-like hair stitched onto its head. The doll was wearing a miniature version of the university uniform. My uncle's friend, let's call him Mike, held its leg and swung it back and forth, while my uncle filmed with a camcorder. Mike's voice, very quiet, said, "Listen to her groan," and they both laughed. I thought it was just a stupid student prank. But then the sound changed. From the doll, literally, came a thin, high-pitched groan. The sound was so real that I got goosebumps. My uncle and Mike stopped laughing. Their faces went pale. Mike threw the doll on the floor. The tape hissed, and the video cut out. I felt like an idiot, but I hit play again. The second video started. It was shot outside at night. The camera was even shakier. My uncle and Mike were walking across campus, and I could hear them arguing. "I told you it would work," Mike whispered. "Mike, this isn't funny." "I want to throw it away," my uncle replied. Then they stopped by a dumpster. Mike took the same doll out of his backpack. It looked dirty and worn. Mike tried to stuff it into the dumpster, but the doll got stuck. And then, just off camera, there was a loud crash, like something heavy had fallen. The camera whipped around. In the darkness, on the steps of the main building, stood ... the doll, the exact same one, but it was life-sized. It was taller than my uncle, and it slowly raised its hand, as if waving at them. My uncle screamed and dropped the camera. The tape kept recording, but all I could see was the grass and Mike's feet frozen in place. What was that?" he whispered. There was no answer. The tape got chewed up, and the image disappeared again. With trembling hands, I hit play one more time. The third video was the shortest. The camera was sitting on a desk, pointed at the window. Outside was pitch black. I could hear my uncle and Mike sitting in the room, silent. They must have come back after what happened. Suddenly, there was a knock on the window. It wasn't a normal knock, but a slow scraping sound, like long fingers dragging across the glass. My uncle and Mike didn't even flinch. They just stared at the window, their faces completely white with terror. My uncle's voice, very quiet, said, "She's here. She found us." There was a sound like something soft and heavy hitting the wall. The camera moved. I saw a head peek into the room from behind the door frame. At first, I thought it was a person, but then I saw its eyes. They were huge and black with no pupils. Its mouth stretched into a hideous grin, showing crooked black teeth. Its hair was tangled like straw, and its skin was gray like a rag. It was that same doll, full-sized. It took a step, and the sound was like the crunching of broken sticks. Then it raised its hand, and its palm was the size of a human head. It reached out toward Mike. He didn't even move. I slammed the eject button on the VCR. The screen went blank. I sat in complete silence, unable to move. What was that? What the hell happened to my uncle and his friend? I know my uncle is alive, but he's never told me about this. He became very withdrawn, and even his wife doesn't know what happened to him. I don't know what to do with this tape. I don't want to throw it away because I'm afraid she might find me. But I can't keep it in the house either. I don't know what to do, but maybe you guys do. What would you do if you found this recording?